and then obviously content creators would dive into it because we want to understand the update so we can tell you guys about it. So that's kind of been the ball game. I'm curious to see if we're gonna if they announce that there's gonna be a season 7 PTR. That's what I'm kind of curious about now.
Of having waited for so long.
Next on the list is kind of a few small things that we're doing for mutations, which are expeditions in the game have normal and mutated levels. So for M3, which is the highest level, we're adding these to the instanced matchmaking system.
25s. So this will be an alternative source and give meaning to want to go back into these expeditions and make sure that you're actually having fun in the content you want. We're going to continue looking at that and improving it. For now, we like where it's at, and we think that it'll give more players a reason to go visit this content.
So adding more options to your endgame content.
Yes.
Along those same lines, we're also adding 2 new daily solo trials to the roster.
3 new solo trials.
Oh,
so so we've got we're adding Mother's Dream, which is Emperor Zhu, Tempest Mind, which is Isabella, and Daichi Saito.
Sweet.
So that's adding to our roster. So you should be seeing those in your list every day.
Awesome, thanks, Chad. And then to round out the season, we have a few things that we like to do every season, starting with combat balance updates.
Yeah, so obviously, this is something we do every season. This season, some of the things that we focused on was time to kill. Something we've been seeing in PvP a lot. The fight's going a little too long. So we're making some adjustments to consumables and some of the perks. And then we're also looking at balance around target lock. Target lock's,
Target lock, you say?
Yeah, we turned it on in PvP for the Eternum launch, and we've been keeping an eye on the feedback. And
by the way, thanks
beta.
again for all the feedback right before launch as we went through beta. It was very helpful, and we made some changes. And
yeah, absolutely. We did tone it down quite a bit from what it was in beta. And we're going to be continuing to tune things. One of the changes that's coming up in Season 7 is actually the blunderbuss was a problem. We had nerfed the damage going into launch. Now we've reversed that, and instead we've replaced it with some extra inaccuracy in target lock as kind of a balancing factor. Yeah. And we're going to be continuing to make tweaks like that in the future.
Yep, absolutely. There's also new artifacts, new perks.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be introducing 8 new artifacts in Season 7. 7 of them will be weapons, and there's one accessory, which is an earring.
Nice.
And there's some interesting combos that are going to come out of that.
There's an ice gauntlet in there that I really enjoy. It's a really cool ability on the gauntlet that lets me, when I ice tune, give me a large amount of regen at the end of that. So I'm excited to try out and see what I can actually get away with that, or if I still die. But we'll see how it goes.
Sounds like trouble.
Well,
that's his nickname.
That's the fun.
Joel Trouble Clift. And then, well, why don't you bring us home with talking about the seasonal events?
So we're doing some refreshes on a few events. We're looking at Legacy of Crassus and upping the rewards a little bit more meaty rewards past level 700. Same with Siege of Sulfur.